What in the world? Welcome, everybody. You are live right here on Backchannel. My name is, whoa, Bright Light Gremlins. My name is Hal Rudnick. You can call me your pal Hal. That's what I go by. That's the show. This is the Your Pal Hal show live on Backchannel. It's Monday. It's February 21st. Oh my goodness, adjusting the camera here. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Oh, we are at full power. I hope you had a great weekend. And we're going to talk about the weekend. We're going to talk about some pop culture, movies, TV, trending topics. We're going to talk about this green screen. There we go. There we go. Adjusting it. You know, I'm not going to lie. Listen. I come here to drop truth bombs. I'm a truth teller. I'm truthful. Okay, sometimes I fib. Little white lie, little white lie. But I right before the show, major spill. I had to go into the bathroom, get a towel. Now it's throwing off the white balance. I had a glass full of my I have an elixir that I drink. That sounds weird, doesn't it? I have an elixir. There's a little bit of it left right there. My elixir, my healthy elixir, is apple cider vinegar. That's my secret. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and water. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. And I was setting up my green screen and it went wicky wacky as, you know, unwieldy. Sometimes you get an unwieldy that goes wiki wacky. This was an unwieldy thing. It's a big thing. I have it here in my office, here in the house, and I set it up. It hit the table, spilled the drink. So I was in damage control mode. It was touch and go for a minute here, and we pulled through. We're live, and I'm telling you all about it. I'm telling you all about what happened. And you know what? No harm, no. I told myself I wasn't going to cry over spilt. As to paraphrase the old saying, to paraphrase the idiom, don't cry over spilt apple cider vinegar. My mom says I'm looking good. I shaved the other night before I went out to dinner with my wife and a couple of our friends, a friend of ours, and did shave. And I don't know if, Mom, you're going to like to hear this. I gave myself a little bit of a haircut, a little trim. I did it again. Worked on brought the sideburns up, cleaned up around the ears, and I took a little buzzer and just like a little bit between the fingers. I've been giving myself. Listen, I've taught myself to cut my own hair over the course of the pandemic with varying results. All right, so yeah, we were going out to a nice restaurant for some dinner. Figured I'd give myself a little bit of haircut, clean up, look like a human being. Every so often, I look like a human being. Rob Schaefer says the smell of apple cider vinegar could get very obtrusive. Clean it up with some hot soapy water. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. Yeah. The vinegar. The vinegar is strong. Like the force is strong in this one. The vinegar is strong in this one, but not the worst. Not the worst. It was diluted with a good amount of water, like a nice healthy glass of water. But don't worry about me. Some of you may be like, "Oh, does Hal have beverages?" Yeah, I got water on deck. I got coffee in the house. So, I'm still riding 2 beverages deep. Okay. If you don't doubt me, please. Well, my mom said, well, it works, whatever I did with my hair. Thank you, Mother. And yeah, very excited to be here, everybody. And again, we're going to talk about pop culture. We're going to talk about news. There's going to be goofs, gags, nonsense, and shenanigans. So, again, I appreciate y'all being here. And I'll tell you what, we're going to be here for the next 2 hours. And I kid you not, this show, it's better when you get involved. I would love your participation in the show. And there's a couple of different ways you can go about that, participating in the show. One, If you're listening to the show on your at-home smart device, talk to us. Get your smart device's attention. Use the magic word say, and then drop in whatever you want after that. Smart device, say, I tried apple cider vinegar and I don't like it. Smart device, say, oh, I've never tried apple cider vinegar. Or smart device, say, Hal, you have too many beverages. Sure. Does too many beverages constitute a drinking problem? I don't think so. I think I think I have just the. You know what? Drink if you want 3 different beverages. If you want to go out to a diner for breakfast and order orange juice, coffee, and a tall glass of water, heck yeah, you do you. I am with you. This is a beverage-friendly zone. I realize I was talking too much snacks. I got to give beverages their due, because beverages, you know what? It's a combo. You can't have a snack without a beverage. Otherwise, you're going to get parched, and then you're out of luck. So talk with us over your smart device, or go to YouTube and chit chat with us there. We would love to have your participation. My friend Stacy says we're not talking enough snacks. I want to know what you're snacking on. We are always very snack friendly, snack forward, a safe place to talk about snacks, but also beverages. Folks, you can also go to backchannel.tv and communicate with us there, and leave a review of the Your Pal Hal show. You can say, Hal talks too much about beverages. Hal does not talk enough about beverages, or Hal talks just the right amount about beverages. Stacy, very glad to have you and Aunt Tracy kicking it with us today. So nice to have folks hanging out in the chat. Our pal Gliss, always great to have you here. Amanda, Deborah McIntosh, Verona, Chantler, Sunny, Bella, Sonic, Kylie, Nathan, and sometimes see Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo in New York, Cole, Stacy, many others. So glad y'all are here with me, your pal Hal. And enough about me and my trials and tribulations regarding beverages. For now, let's welcome our friend, Producer Travis. Producer Travis, what is happening with you?
Hello. Good morning.
Hello there.
Good Monday.
Good morning. Good Monday. Good Monday. Good morrow.
Good morrow.
Good morrow, good sir. Travis.
Yes.
So let's cut to the chase here.
Yes.
You had a big. You threw a rager this weekend.
That I did.
That
I did. At my home.
For just setting the stage for anyone who wasn't here towards the end of the week, as we were talking with Travis. Travis is a music enthusiast. A lot of friends who play music, and they turned their backyard into a music venue this weekend. It wasn't the first time, and they had 4 bands were scheduled to perform, and a lot of people were invited. We didn't know what the turnout would be. Last I talked to Travis, he said it could be anywhere from 20 to 60 people. I look forward to hearing all about it. Travis, what happened with your backyard concert extravaganza?
I just got out of jail.
Oh, no.
I kid. It was an absolute, complete, total, 100% beyond anything I could have imagined success. It was great. It was a great time. Oh my
Amazing.
God.
Amazing.
It was so
give
good.
Give us a couple of the details. Throw in a couple of highlights in there.
So I've done this before, and on those occasions, I have sort of taken the helm on every aspect of it. I went and I, rented the PA from a music store. I sort of coordinated the bands and made sure everybody was paid out, and also hosted the party aspect of it. And it was
Rather get paid out than be played out.
Hey. And by the end, it was always a fulfilling experience, but I would need like 3 days to recover, and then 2 months to recover the expenses. So this time, one of my dearest, oldest friends, who was coming through with his band, had the the music part of it, the PA system, that whole setup, that was their thing. They came through at like noon on Saturday, set everything up. We had an ample sound check. All the bands got there with plenty of time. And even starting late, we managed to wrap up before 11, and not a single whisper of anybody being remotely alarmed about sound.
Wow.
In fact,
And because I called, I did several preemptive calls to the police,
right, yeah.
and I guess that fell on deaf ears.
Much to the same logic as to why I drove my first year in Los Angeles with expired registration, I figured that LAPD just had something better to do.
Yep.
And it was so much of a success and so much of a good time that not only did no one call the cops to break it up, but next to my house is a large hotel, a Holiday Inn Express, because I live next to an airport. And oftentimes, it's kind of a funny bit. You can look up, and occasionally there'll be somebody like looking into our backyard, and I'll be like, hello, and sometimes they'll make friends. Sometimes they'll close the blinds really quick. Well, on Saturday, there were two people in the window that kept on like checking the yard to see what was going on throughout the day. And then as the show started, they were just watching the show. Eventually, some of my friends who were just attending and them caught eyes, and they all waved over. I caught wise, and we all just kind of started doing this, making a come on down, like a Price is Right, come on down motion.
Yes.
Wouldn't you know, they disappear, and then like 6 minutes later, there's just these two girls who were in town for like they were med students here for a conference that were like, hey!
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And Travis, what was the head count, would you say, give or take?
We basically split the difference. I think we had at our max close to 40, sort of at the peak, between friends and family, and around the third act, which was my friend's band, who had put a lot of effort into bringing some people out. We had probably our highest concentration of human beings. Yeah,
and what time did you start? What time did it end?
That was actually, speaking of attendance, we were planning to start at 6, and we were about good to go, and then just nobody was there. So we're like, let's like a party,
Yeah.
People have gotten back into the habit of being fashionably late. As soon as we started having parties post-pandemic-ish, like we had one in May, back when cases were lower. We said the party's going to start at 3-ish, assuming everybody would start at 6. 3:05, there was 20 people outside my house, and I was like, oh, I haven't done anything.
Oh, wow.
I haven't set up anything. So this time, kind of anticipating an early arrival at 6 p.m. when nobody was there, we decided to push. We ended up getting started about 7, which I was a little nervous about, and it ran up until about 10:40 something, and not a word. In fact, I went before the show over to our neighbor's place because I had forgotten to talk to them about this, and I said, hey, I dropped the ball. We're going to do music. Come over if you want. Let me know if it's too loud. He says, yeah, no problem. Here's your mail.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Very cool. By the way, I want to give shout outs to Stacy in Michigan, Roxanne in California, joining us for the first time, both first timers on the show. Thank you for hanging out with us. Your Pal Hal. We're going up until 1 p.m. on the West Coast, going up till 4 p.m. on the East Coast, going up till 3 p.m. in Omaha, Nebraska, going up till 9 p.m. in London, England. Travis, Stacy is asking.
Yeah.
What does Travis eat for a snack?
Ooh. I'm usually I'm a big nut snacker. We got almonds, walnuts. In fact, I've got a large bowl of oatmeal here with fruit and nuts on it.
Oh, very nice, very nice. I'm an oatmeal enthusiast. I like to put peanut butter and honey in my oatmeal, or peanut butter and banana.
I'll mess with that with some almond butter sometimes. Recently, I've rediscovered hummus and carrots and like peppers. That's been great.
Oh, you're one of these weirdos who doesn't like peanut butter. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can I ask you right now just to flip it, change your tune, and accept peanut butter as your Lord and Savior?
No.
Bend your knee to peanut butter and say, I apologize, peanut butter. I will serve you.
I refuse. Nor do I know what that would mean.
All right, I tried it again.
All right.
Oh, what does it mean? It means a lifetime of joyous peanut butter enjoyment.
Well,
it means peanut butter love. Like, Travis, you're not allergic to peanuts, yet you don't eat peanut butter. Like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm just beside myself. I'll never get over this. I appreciate you as a solid guy, but this is just like, oh. Rob Schaefer wants to know: did you make any money on this endeavor?
Absolutely not. I spent
Okay.
a fair amount of money, but that's the
Gotcha.
point.
And let me ask you this: did you guys get a keg or anything like that? Did you?
No.
What happened? What
I-
was that situation?
I really lightened up on this one. I didn't go all out. We just an
Mm-hmm.
hour before made a run to 2 grocery stores and grabbed like some cases of beer and like a couple cases of seltzer and like a case of Coke or whatever. And people did bring their drinks because there was still this party atmosphere. I made a pot of apple cider because it was cold, and
Okay.
you know,
What about cupcakes? Did you have cupcakes at the party? Ain't no party unless you got cupcakes.
no cupcakes.
All right,
Yeah,
bad move.
I really let it slide. And that was the thing. Living next to a McDonald's, I finally
Yeah.
accepted the fact that like, hey, if you're hungry, check with the neighbors. Check with the neighbors.
Right on.
They got you.
By the way, I want to shout out to Luke in the house. And Luke said, "Hi, my name is Simpson." Stacy says, "Yum yum yum" in regards to your snacks. I want to shout out Julie, Lindsay, very nice. Thank you for being here. Stacy likes the sound of your snacks, Travis. Very cool. Isabella in the house. Thank you for joining us. And Travis, I'm real happy that A, your party was a success. B, that you did not wind up behind bars. And C, that well, C is the one
I got
thing
C.
I
I
am
got
upset
C.
about.
I got
No-
C. I got
Oh,
C.
okay.
I got C for you if you want something to be
Yes.
happy about.
Okay.
The friend that I had his band down. We found out that show was
Yes.
10 years to the day that him and I played with some band from Sacramento at the Roxy Theater in Los Angeles.
Wow, happy anniversary.
Yeah, it was
very nice.
It,
Very nice. It sounds successful. Rob Schaefer chiming in. So not only did Travis not make money, he ran from someone who was flirting with him, and he doesn't enjoy Reese's peanut butter cups. Step your game up, Travis. I mean, listen. Not every flirtation needs to be requited, but did you care to comment on any of what Rob Schaefer said there?
So Rob Schaefer been on Twitter today. Yeah, and I didn't run so much as somebody said in the middle. Look, I had to go do sound for my friend's band. I was in the middle of stuff, and one of my friend's friends said to me directly, quote, "I'm flirting with you." And I said, after some amount of stumbling, "I have to go home now," and I began to climb into my kitchen garbage.
Gotcha. So you were not interested in this individual.
I was just really busy at the moment and didn't know how to communicate that.
Sure. All right. You know what? For me, I will say, I'm happily married. So listen, it's all good in the hood. I'm thankful those days are. But like as a younger man, it's moments like that I would think of afterwards and like pray for the invention of a time machine.
Yeah.
Like wish I was in a DeLorean going 88 miles an hour with 1.221 gigawatts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what? Listen, it's a case to case basis. Not every flirtation is meant to be explored. But case to case basis. And but I do agree that you need to step your game up in regards to Reese's peanut butter cups for damn sure. Travis, thank you for sharing your weekend with us. My weekend was a little more low key than throwing a rager in the backyard. But you know what? Let's dive into the Twitterverse. Let's go into the Twitter sphere. Let's check out some trending topics on Twitter.
Oh wait, where'd you
what do
guys
we
go
got?
for dinner though? What was any highlights with the meal you had?
Oh well, we actually went to a fancy restaurant over here
That's cool.
in Los Angeles. A legend. We had a friend in from out of town, and we wanted to take her someplace nice. So we went to a restaurant at the Beverly Hills Hotel called the Polo Lounge.
I just heard about that a couple days ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Really? Yeah.
there was
So,
some BuzzFeed YouTube video. It's funny living in Los Angeles now, as we both do, and I'm now realizing like, oh yeah, a lot of content is just here, and you're like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like
that place.
it's a fancy a fancy place. We went out for a nice meal with one of my wife's dear friends and her kid who are in from out of town. And my wife was playing host all weekend. And then yesterday I just watched the NBA All Star game at a friend's house.
Woo.
And Fruffney Films. I've been to the Polo Lounge. Very nice. Fruffney, thank you for joining the party. Thank you for joining the discourse. Yeah, it's it's kind of a cool, legendary Hollywood spot. The Polo Lounge is the kind of place where you'd go, like back in like the in the '60s, '70s, and it's like, oh, there's Marlon Brando dining with Francis Ford Coppola, and then Robert Evans, the film producer, with Ava Gardner, the actress, and it's like, hello, I'll have another dry martini, like kind of like steaks and like people just fancy, too fancy for its own good. It's like that level of fancy only once in a while for like just. But it's a nice place to visit. Nice place to visit. Oh, Fruffney Films said he's been to the Polio Lounge.
Oh,
the
boy.
Polio Lounge. Oh, God forbid. You know who visited the Polio Lounge? Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Unfortunately, left him paralyzed from the waist down. But he did manage to lead us through World War II. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Sadly, a visit to the Polio Lounge. Fruffney Films. I see what you did there, and I like it. All right, let's jump into the Twitterverse. Luke has an Amazon tablet. I like it. Oh, and Luke likes my videos. Very nice. I appreciate you, Luke. That is freaking great to hear. All right, we're jumping into Twitter now. Oh, let's start it off. Happy President's Day, everyone. Travis, come on in. How do you celebrate? How do you celebrate President's Day, Travis?
I celebrate it by forgetting when it is until the day that it happens, and I go, oh, and then my mom texts me some stuff about Abraham Lincoln, and I go,
There you
neat.
go. There you go. I celebrate President's Day every year. This is my tradition. I'll do it after. I'll do it after the show. I get dressed up as Abraham Lincoln, and then I walk down the busiest streets in Hollywood and Los Angeles, and I say, looks like I picked the wrong day to go to the theater. Oh, yeah. Don't ask me how Our American Cousin ends. Do you understand that reference?
Yeah, no, that's good.
That's the play that Abraham Lincoln got murked watching. See, I can use gamer speak once in a while, Travis. Slip it in to sound like I know more than I actually do. And then after that, I get blackout drunk to celebrate the president.
Still in Hollywood as Abraham Lincoln?
Oh, yeah, still in Hollywood, sometimes in a bar, sometimes I'll brown bag it.
Nice.
And, as Abraham Lincoln, and then I usually wind up in a hospital.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah. That is my President's Day tradition, and this year won't be any different. I'm just kidding. Actually, because due to the past 4 years, I stopped celebrating President's Day. Very nice, very nice. Let's check out what's trending. There they are. The Three Stooges, Larry, Moe, and Curly, and Shemp. No, I'm just kidding. That is Laurel and Hardy and Abbott and Costello. No, I am kidding. The Beatles. No, it's Mount Rushmore, and that is Washington, Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. The following tweets are a live conversation detected by an algorithm. All right, here's what the President's Day algorithm. Let's make sure it's not too spicy, not too hot for President's Day. So today is President's Day in the U.S., also called Washington's birthday. Happy birthday, George Washington. It's a holiday that honors everyone who has served in the office of president, okay? Happy President's Day to the woman we will someday officially recognize as the real 40... Well, here's the thing. I'm not a Hillary hater. Okay, I actually think Hillary would have been a halfway decent president. But yeah, she didn't win. That's a bunch of nonsense. She didn't win, just like Trump didn't win in 2020. Uh, so yeah. Oh wow, the algorithm is updating over and over. Happy President's Day. We hope you've got a fun one lined up. I mean, honestly, what do you talk like? Maybe if you're in school, if you're a kid. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my chair. If you're a kid in school, like, and you're doing like, oh, let's do a tribute to the presidents. Let's do a presidential day, like series of monologues or something, where the kids get up and say, "Hi, I'm James K. Polk. Remember me? I'm Ronald Reagan. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. I'm Jimmy Carter, and I like peanuts." Like that's fun. That's fun. So that's a cool big President's Day. Kids learning about little American history, little presidents. But like if you're a normal person, I don't know. All right, Rob Schaefer coming in hot with the top 3 presidents. I like it. Top 3 presidents. Number 1, Lincoln. 2, Washington. 3, Reagan. Okay. Debatable, but I respect the opinion of Rob Schaefer. That's for sure. And the 3 worst presidents: Buchanan, Carter, and Millard Fillmore. Millard Fillmore from the grave being like, "Hey, what did I do to you, Rob Schaefer?" Like Millard Fillmore lying there, his skeleton. And then he's like, "Oh, why?" And Jimmy Carter, I know he didn't have a great presidency, just as far as in retrospect, but I do appreciate the statesman that he has become afterward. And just he's a religious man, and he sticks to his values, and he goes out with like Habitat for Humanity and builds homes. So I think Jimmy Carter has redeemed himself a bit of being like just a powerful voice for things that are good in the world. So whoever your fave presidents are, oh, God bless them. And happy President's Day to you and yours. Hope you're enjoying it. I want to give a shout out to Sonata in Michigan. Thanks for joining the stream. Stacy chiming in. Big fan of Thomas Jefferson. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, anyone else got a favorite president? Rob Schaefer chiming in. Carter, far better ex-president than he was a president if you ignore his anti-Semitism. Oh, snap. I got to look into that. I am not as familiar with that aspect of his personality. Thank you for the warning, Rob Schaefer. Travis, what gives?
I've got some fun facts for President's Day.
Hit me.
All right. So, George Washington was the only president unanimously elected, meaning all of the state representatives voted for him.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I hate to, throw cold water on George Washington, especially after, he's Rob Schaefer's second favorite president. But I heard that George Washington threatened to bite them with his wooden teeth if they did not ratify and certify his election. That's hearsay, but I have it on, do your own research.
Invoking the Splinter Amendment.
Yes. Next.
What do we got here? Oh, God, I just had one. Abraham Lincoln often stored things like letters and documents in his tall stovepipe hat.
Oh, my goodness. That's just adorable.
That's
I love
silly.
that.
Let's see.
I heard he had a little mouse living in his stovepipe hat, like pulling his hair and operating him as a president. Like the mouse, puppeteered his hand as he wrote the Gettysburg Address.
Yep, a real ratatouille.
A real ratatouille.
There was William Henry Harrison died just 32 days after becoming president. He died from a cold he got while standing in the rain giving his inauguration speech.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
Boy. You know what? Are we sure it wasn't COVID-19?
Back then a cold you pretty much do you in, right?
More like COVID 18-19, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I guess yeah, back then a cold probably morphed into pneumonia or something. What
Yeah.
about that? What about that big old William Howard Taft? Did he get stuck in a bathtub or what?
I had heard that before. I'm not seeing it on this list of fun facts. Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
All
But
right.
maybe for shame's sake, noted and one here. Noted total psycho. Andrew Jackson was shot in
Oh
the
yeah.
chest during a gun duel, but managed to stay standing and shoot and kill his opponent. The
Wow.
bullet could not be safely removed and remained in his chest for the next 40 years.
Crazy. Well, that's some real fortitude there. Yeah, Andrew Jackson, a real nightmare when it comes to the way he treated indigenous peoples here in the United States. I'd say he's up there among the worst presidents for that behavior. He oversaw some horrific treatment
Oh, yeah.
of this country's native peoples. Travis, any other fun facts?
This one here that I think is kind of encapsulates the burden of the office and in some ways where we are now. Franklin D. Roosevelt met President Grover Cleveland when he was 5 years old. Cleveland said, quote, "I am making a wish for you. It is that you may never become president of the United States."
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's on this list. Who knows? These could all be made up, but I like to think they're true.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, grass puddle with a great with a great comment there. It's Monday, so let's not forget about President Garfield, Monday President's Day, and let's not forget about this Garfield.
Ooh. Nice.
This Garfield hates Mondays. Where is it written that I have to act like a cat, says Garfield. Why can't I act like a moose instead? And then John says, stop being silly, Garfield. And then Garfield says, careful, fella. I've gored people for less than that. And you see, Garfield is pretending he's like a little moose with a spoon and a fork as his antlers. That's a little wit and witticism from Jim Davis's Garfield.
Nice.
Any others, Travis?
Well, to follow up on Rob Schaefer's comment here,
Yeah.
didn't we have two presidents die from
bilious diarrhea?
Bilious diarrhea. It looks like here both Thomas Jefferson and William Henry Harrison kicked the bucket by pooping into it.
Wow. Death by diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha. When you're sliding into home and your pants are full of foam, diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha. Diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha. When you're riding on the bus and and your Pampers make a fuss, diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha. Diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha. Yeah.
When you're running straight to first and your pants are gonna burst, diarrhea. When you're riding in a boat and your pants start to float, diarrhea.
Wow, nice. Off the dome.
All right. All of that was, well, either from memory or whatever. Thank you for that, Travis. Happy President's Day.
Happy President's Day.
To and I would recommend our greatest president. Listen, I'm a fan of Obama. There are other presidents that I like their work, but our greatest president, everyone, Bill Pullman, leading us through the alien invasion in Independence Day. Bill Pullman, everyone. All right, this is called the. This is a segment goes out to Rob Schaefer as we're talking about Kanye West. Kanye West lists who he had beef with over the weekend. And among those Kanye had beef with was Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig. Travis, do you have any? All right, here are Kanye's beefs. All right, Kanye posted this. Hip Hop by the Numbers posted this, but then Kanye elaborated. So Kanye beefs. Where is? All right, so here's a list of Kanye's beefs. I'll read them out. And I think these are only the ones that like were like off the top of the head or that they could remember. There's probably more than this. And some of these are like, facepalm. Taylor Swift, Nike, Kim Kardashian, his cousin, Wiz Khalifa, Jay-Z, Kid Cudi, Billie Eilish, Peppa Pig, Pete Davidson, Drake, Ray J, Justin Timberlake, Jimmy Kimmel, South Park, Deadmau5, Beyonce, Bruno Mars, J. Cole, Travis Scott, Harriet Tubman, what? Louis Vuitton, CEO of Zappos, who I think has passed away now, Evel Knievel, Dennis Haysbert, the actor from Heat and the Allstate commercials, Amber Rose, his ex, MTV, Beck, George W. Bush, the Anti-Defamation League, TMZ, American Music Awards, 50 Cent, and Kris Jenner. There are some of Kanye's beefs. And then Kanye responded to this, I believe. Do we have that, Travis? Kanye's response to this. Also, I looked up why Peppa Pig was trending. And apparently, Peppa Pig had outsold Donda, Kanye's album Donda. It was ahead of it on the charts, on the Billboard sales charts. So yeah. Oh, and a higher rating. Peppa Pig, 6.5 stars, and Donda, just 6 on a scale of 1 to 10.
It's from Pitchfork magazine, and they called Peppa Pig's album. They called Peppa Pig's album charming, while Donda was, quote, barely finished.
Barely finished. Yeah, Donda, this long, sprawling album. Yeah, that Kanye recorded over the course of several listening parties and concerts at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Also, like, Peppa Pig didn't bring in Marilyn Manson, disgraced, multiple sex abuse allegation Marilyn Manson, and, noted homophobe DaBaby. So Dominic Flores, welcome to the party. Always great to hear from Dominic, pal of mine, from internet and IRL. I was just going to listen, but I got chime in that Kanye is not wrong about Peppa. Being a father of 4 and having to indulge Peppa for 10 years of viewing, I can tell you without reservation that pig is whack. Dominic Flores, I appreciate the commentary. Grass Puddle, our friend, is saying, official Peppa putting Ye on blast. What was Tubman's album rated? That's good, Grass Puddle. Yeah, who would have issue with Harriet Tubman? Like, Harriet Tubman saving lives, helping people during one of the most desperate, horrific times in history, during slavery, helping people escape to freedom. Oh boy, Kanye. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Kanye has a lot of dubious thoughts. Okay, here's Kanye West. Come on, guys. This list is twice as long. You got to put Apple, Spotify, Vivendi, Universal, Lucien Grange, TikTok, Black History Month, Obama, the whole cast of SNL, Hillary Clinton, Corey Gamble, Bezos, Charlemagne. That's pop culture commentator and host Charlemagne de God. Disney liberals. Oh, where are we going? Should we? Okay. Yeah, thank you, Travis, for censoring. Appreciate you, Travis. Yeah, on and 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 on. You know what? Kanye, can I just bottom line it? Kanye be beefing. All right, moving on. What else is trending? Oh, I'm looking forward to this movie big time. Taika Waititi's Thor: Love and Thunder. Thor, Love and Thunder. We got some pictures there, Travis. What's happening on this hashtag? Hashtag Thor, Love and Thunder. Taika Waititi's new film with Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman. The fourth installment of the Thor franchise. What do we got? MCU news. What's up, Travis? What are you looking for?
The idea is
What'd you
it
find?
is about high time for a trailer, because if you look at the first trailer drops versus release dates of the past like 4 Marvel films, we're right in this 20-day window where a trailer usually drops. So theoretically, the internet is all abuzz thinking that we're going to get a Thor Love and Thunder trailer this week and
Ooh!
possibly tomorrow.
Very exciting. Yeah. I mean, that last Thor movie, Thor Ragnarok, that was a blast and a half. It was just some unbridled fun. I took, Travis, I'm a noted wife guy.
Oh, yeah.
Love talking about my wife. And so my wife, the first Marvel movie she ever saw was one I took her to. Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
First Marvel movie, and she thought it was just a thrill. It was a real thrill ride. Good stuff. And yeah, that was a really fun movie. But I see all the superhero movies for the most part, out of the fact that I'm a fan and for work as well. And so I had to go see, shortly after that, I don't know if you remember, the DC movie that came out after that was Justice League. The first the first release that was finished by... It started by Zack Snyder, and then it went on to not really be a great film, and so as much as Thor Ragnarok had my wife kind of fall in love with superhero movies, think this is amazing and cool, Justice League stole all the joy. Joss Whedon finished that film from Zack Snyder, and just like, all right, let's just wrap this thing up. And although I've talked about it many times, I am a fan of the Snyder cut. Begrudgingly, I don't want to like it, but it's actually a good watch if you split it up. It's 4 hours, so a little indulgent. Anyway, all right, we're looking forward to potentially a trailer for that, for Thor Love and Thunder. Great. Oh, this is like kind of a bummer. I talked about, like, I was watching some sports yesterday. I was watching the NBA All-Star game. Juwan Howard, he got pissed. So at the end of the Wisconsin-Michigan Michigan University basketball game, the two coaches there was a line to shake hands at the end of the game, and it got heated because Juwan Howard, the coach of Michigan, was upset about the Wisconsin coach being up by like 15 points and calling a timeout with 15 seconds left. So it's like, yeah, let the clock run out. But I guess the coach from Wisconsin had a reason, and so it got a little feisty, and then Juwan Howard threw a punch. And it's like, I mean, you can't do that. You just can't. Every once in a while, you'll see players, I think we're past this age of like, these like coaches being like, oh, he's a hot-tempered coach. Like, back in the day, Bobby Knight, the coach of Indiana, threw he had a chair throwing incident where he threw a folding chair across the floor. Dangerous. Yeah, this is like, that level of behavior, and super out of line. I don't know. I think, like, how do you come back from this? You're setting the example for the kids. You're molding these, you're in charge of calling plays. Yeah, Rob Schaefer said, Rob Schaefer, attorney at law, saying Juwan is lucky he didn't get arrested for assault and fired. I think that second part is still on the table. Uh, and I like Juwan Howard. I remember him like, Fab Five, Michigan. Like, what a story. What a team. Just like, you know, they were awesome players. Didn't win the big one, but like they were so significant in like just the culture of college sports, and like they had so much swag. Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, like I love those teams from back in the day, and I like Juwan Howard, long NBA career, but yeah, that was not a pretty moment. So yeah, I don't know. I think you might have to just fire the guy over such a thing, or he better come through quick with that public apology. I don't know. He said he was like someone grabbed him first. Yeah, just not a good look. Not a good look. And Travis, any other thoughts on this? Do you think he survives this, or do you think you gotta can the guy?
I think suspension, but I don't think people have not gotten fired for worse. But there is, there, not to say there was cause, but it wasn't like he came out of nowhere and blindsided the guy. They were having a fight, and there was some stuff being said, and he hit the dude upside the head, but
Well, he hit he was arguing with the coach, and then the coach stepped away, and it was like an assistant coach who stepped in to continue the squabble. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you got to take multiple statements, and but never a good look. Don't hit people.
Yeah.
There's your Pal Hal hot take. Don't just go around hitting folks.
So there was in terms of the lead up, there's a tweet here that details what happened in the game. Juwan Howard has Michigan doing a full court press. Greg Gard calls a timeout because he already pulled his starters, and the backups were completely lost, breaking the press. Juwan Howard gets upset, ends up starting a fight. So just
Amy joined the stream. Amy, thank you for joining us here on the Your Pal Hal show. Everybody, it's 11:50 on the West Coast in the home office, Los Angeles, California, home of the Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams, and we are going up until 1 p.m. All right. What else is trending here? We've got some more trending topics in the Twitterverse. Matthew Perry is releasing a tell-all autobiography, and he's gonna spill the tea. He's going to tell us everything that went down. Shout out Debbie Butterfield. Just walked into the topic. Give me the name of what your topic is about and who that mean person is. Yeah, Juwan Howard. Yeah, lost his cool and started throwing punches at the end of the game. College basketball, Michigan and Wisconsin yesterday. So Matthew Perry's juicy memoir. Ooh, baby. Fruffney with a good comment on it. Could I be more of a book? Well, it should be the title. Very nice. His juicy memoir detail feelings for his friend's co-stars that he isn't going to sugarcoat the tougher times. Ooh, I really was steamed at Matt LeBlanc. Ooh, that Lisa Kudrow. I had a crush on her. I don't know. That's my less than intriguing take on that. Matthew Perry's upcoming juicy autobiography will delve into his addiction battle, as well as how he really feels about his friend's co-stars. Fans couldn't have been more thrilled to hear that the beloved Chandler Bing actor, 52, will be releasing his personal story titled Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, which will be available to read in November this year. And now, according to sources, he'll be diving into it all, including working with his friends. Well, I would hope so. Like, if you're going to do a tell-all, I prefer a tell-all, not a tell-some. Tell-all. Don't just tell some. Give me all that tea, Matthew Perry. And I will say I did feel a little bad for Matthew Perry. Like, he's been through the ringer. Like, listen, addiction is no joke, and that seems like he really went through it. Additionally, he seemed, yeah, sadly a little bit out of, out of sorts, not at his best at that Friends reunion. So yeah, hopefully he's on the he's on the right path to health and wellness, and yeah, and he'll make bank off this book, make some bank. Fruffney continues. Jennifer Aniston used to wake him from naps by farting in his face. Wow. Oh, or I think these are Fruffney is giving us the fake tell-alls. What are some of the fake revelations in this book? Did you know that his full name is actually Matthew Periwinkle? That we do not have confirmation on that yet, so we will fact check. Debbie Butterfield saying, I think that it's messed up if he's got some dirty details. Hopefully not. Yeah, I mean, who knows if you didn't sign like some sort of NDA or something? Yeah, is he going to really? But if he's just giving his opinion or who knows? Who knows? It's his story. He's going to tell it. But I hear you, Debbie Butterfield. If it's like if he reveals like real personal stuff, like about someone, someone else's marital troubles or someone else's drug or issues or problems they went through, yeah, that would be a little bit unsavory. But yep, Matthew Perry is going to talk about his life. There you go. That's something to look forward to. In jolly old England, COVID restrictions are going to be more or less completely abolished in England. They're ending all restrictions, lockdowns, etc. And they're like, all right, we're back, baby. And I don't know if this is a move by Boris Johnson to curry favor with the public because he went through a very public scandal in regards to his throwing parties, or maybe he's just like, screw it, I want to throw these parties and I don't want any more backlash. Boris Johnson announces end of almost all COVID-19 restrictions in England. The Prime Minister announced that all remaining domestic restrictions will be removed in England. Free asymptomatic testing for the public is set to end on April 1st, but those with symptoms from the most vulnerable populations will still receive free tests. Requirements to self-isolate after a positive test will also be removed, but the infection survey will remain, and the ability to ramp up testing through NHS will be possible. Johnson cited the cost of widespread testing and said the country needs to learn to live with the virus and to continue protecting ourselves and others without restrictions on our freedoms. There you go. Update. This moment has been updated to reflect that most vulnerable populations will still receive free tests after April 1st. If they are symptomatic, okay? A couple of comments on this. Yeah, my mom's saying, what about the Queen? Yeah, the Queen has COVID. Yeah, the Queen has it, so it doesn't matter anymore, says Grass Puddle. Yeah, if the Queen's got it, you know what? We did all we could. Queen's got it. Queen's Gambit. The Queen's got it. So, you know what? We might as well throw caution to the wind. Fruffney says, it's because the Queen got it. Yeah, she said she'd feel better if everyone else got it too. That's good. And here's you know what? I don't mean to put on the old tinfoil hat and go full conspiracy theory here. But over the weekend, on the same day, I think it was yesterday, it was announced that Queen Elizabeth II had COVID and Justin Bieber has COVID. Is it just me, or is that all the proof we need to think that the Queen and Justin Bieber are doing it? That I'm just putting that out there. Someone had to say it. Someone really had to say it.
No, I don't know that that's true.
Someone 100% needed to say it, right, Travis?
I don't think that's necessarily true. I
Who
didn't.
asked for your opinion, Travis?
Fair enough.
I literally just asked for your opinion, Travis, after you popped in. Uh, Justin Bieber and the Queen, I guess officially having intimacies. My mother. Oh, can you put up that comment from my mom just now, Travis? My mom. Not funny, says my mom. Uh, Very nice. With the age difference, that is borderline child molestation. Debbie Butterfield. Debbie Butterfield, two consenting adults, okay? One 97, one 27 ish. I mean, a 70-year age gap. As long as they're both adults, I'm I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm not. Listen, we last week we read a list of the 14 greatest romantic comedies. One of those on the list, Harold and Maude, which is about a May December romance. So I'm just saying. Fruffney back with are they still called a cougar? If they are so young, they could be your great grandchild. Good question. Good question. A I mean, silver fox, cougar. I think it's more like a silver, a gray cougar, a silver, a silver. Oh, Justin, I am amused. Very good. In the Queen's voice. That's a good one from Fruffney. Very nice. I like it. Shout out to Lauren who joined the stream from Maryland. Luke, glad to have you here. Amy, Janet in Florida. Thanks for hanging out with your Pal Hal show, everybody. It is 11:59 on the West Coast. It is 2:59 on the East Coast. We're taking it up till 4 p.m. on the East Coast, taking up till 1 p.m. On the West Coast. We're taking you up till 3 p.m. in Omaha, Nebraska, home of Rob Schneider, Rob Schneider, Jeepers Creepers. Rob Schaefer, attorney at law, looking at his comment. The Queen had been prescribed ivermectin. There's probably something to it being effective. Huh. Interesting. I mean, listen, I'm sure that they're throwing everything in the book at the Queen, the Queen's COVID. I'm sure she's been vaxxed, boosted, ivermectin, monoclonal antibodies, everything. So yeah, who's to say? And by the way, if you find yourself in Omaha, Nebraska, and you undergo some sort of legal trouble, you find yourself in with any kind of legal issues, and you need the service of an attorney, then you could do no better than taking on the services of Renaissance man, executive chef, and legal scholar, Rob Schaefer, attorney at law. Very nice. Fruffney Films, responding to Grass Puddle. Here's a nice combo. Grass Puddle says, the Queen won't have worms. And Fruffney Films says, unless she wants to. Aha! Very good. Very, very good. I am amused. All right, so hopefully the Queen gets better. And hopefully Justin Bieber gets better. And, Grass Puddle. Naughty. Very good. Yes. So, yeah, England rolling back some of these restrictions. And I feel like a lot of people, it seems to be just more and more. I'm hoping a lot of places rolling back restrictions. You know, you see it slowly, like mask mandates becoming a little fewer. Some people are ending those. And I just hope that this next variant is not like a real doozy. I mean, they're saying there's already a variant out there that's more contagious than Omicron and as deadly or deadlier than Delta. So I don't know. I just keep my ear to the ground on that one. Keeping my ear to the ground. 12:02 here in Los Angeles. And one more trending topic. So, you know, whether we get full confirmation on Justin Bieber and the Queen. I know Justin Bieber is married. The Queen is single, so who knows? But there are some. We love love. We love love here on the Your Pal Hal show, and we'll talk about the celebrity romances. There was a list of short and forgotten celebrity romances that came out from the Sun Showbiz. Do you remember these? Do you remember these? Do you remember shipping these couples? Let's see. By the way, I want to shout out Linda, Belinda, Lauren, Nash. Thank you for joining the stream. Rebecca, thank you for being here. Appreciate you hanging out with Your Pal Hal. Coming up, we're gonna go over the weekend box office, and we've got some Ask Reddit and some other fun stuff. But first off, let's go through these celebrity couples that what in the world? So that's certainly sometimes people just know early on that their relationship is not meant to last. That's certainly the case for several Hollywood couples, with some of the shortest confirmed romances just lasting days. And no, we're not speaking about Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphrey's infamous 72-day marriage. There we go. There we go. There they are. All right. Who is this? Renee Zellweger and who's that? Kenny Chesney or Renee Zellweger and Kenny Chesney's marriage lasted less than 1 year. Henry Cavill and Kaylee Cuoco. Cavill and Cuoco. It's fun to say. That is fun to say together. I didn't remember this. But you know what? But now that I hear about it, I'm like, oh, I kind of do remember it. Interesting there. Fruffney says, shortest celebrity relationship has to be Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman. I see what you did there, and I approve. Nicely done, Fruffney. Bringing the jokes. I like it. What else? What else do we have? Let's just scroll through this list. Justin Bieber. Bieber's back with Sophia Richie. So I guess he was there with Lionel Richie's daughter before he met his wife, or before he made it exclusive and official with his current wife, Haley Baldwin Bieber. Very good. Kanye West and Julia Fox. I mean, just, a publicity stunt. And, that eye makeup that I don't know what is happening with Julia Fox and that eye makeup. Kanye West ready to do some wading in those boots. Zac Efron and Michelle Rodriguez. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, what? Like, huh? Naomi joined the stream. Naomi, thanks for hanging with us. What else? Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston. Oh, I remember this one. This was weird. Another weird one. And this one seemed very publicity oriented because they went they did a few what looked like forced photo shoots. It looked like they were kind of both under duress in these like photo shoots celebrating their relationship. Nina Dobrev and Glenn Powell. There you go. I don't even know who's Glenn Powell. Like my frame of reference. Five-time Olympian Shaun White. Nina had a quick love affair with actor Glenn Powell. Yeah, don't know him, but hey, good for them. Leonardo DiCaprio and Blake Lively. First off, that looks like so long ago. That does not look like Leonardo DiCaprio. It's like, that looks like a Leonardo DiCaprio impersonator. Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson. I remember that one pretty good. That was well publicized. That was like the beginning of, Pete Davidson is hanging out with like every desirable woman in Hollywood or something. That lit the fuse. Gigi Hadid and Joe Jonas. I guess is Joe Jonas the one married to the woman from Game of Thrones, is and or is it his brother? And then, or maybe he's and Gigi Hadid was married to One Direct Zayn Malik from One Direction. Yeah, Sophie Turner. Joe married Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. There you go. Those are some short-lived relationships. Yeah, some I'm like, oh, they were a couple, or they hung out, and some I'm like, oh yeah, I knew about that. There you go. Very exciting, and by very exciting, I mean, yeah, it's fine. All right, now is the time for. Oh, we have more fun and useless information for you right now in the segment we call the Twitter Deep Dive. We're going to do a deep dive into an account, a hashtag, a trending topic. And today it is, oh boy, someone who, Oscar winner, lifestyle brand, curator of a well appointed life, conscious uncoupler. I'm talking about, and a woman who sparked a real just insane fervor over celebrity names by naming her daughter Apple. Gwyneth Paltrow, everyone. Gwyneth Paltrow, the queen of goop herself, the lifestyle brand. So let's see what is up with Gwyneth Paltrow's Twitter. She's promoting her book, Clean Plate. I guess it's about good eating good in the neighborhood. I don't think she's ever eaten at Applebee's. Rob Schaefer with a fun comment here. Pete Davidson is the Adam Duritz of the 2020s. He's just dating everyone. Yeah, Adam Duritz from Counting Crows, well traveled in his relationship life. I think that's an apt comparison. Thank you, Rob Schaefer. All right, so Gwyneth Paltrow, and also there's that same level of like, especially at first, people going like, that guy? Really? All right, fine, whatever. Gwyneth Paltrow, a robust 2.7 million followers, and her picture. I did a little pre-scroll here. She's on board that NFT craze. She is NFTing it, and is it fool's gold? Are these like all these celebrities getting into crypto and NFTs? Are they just trying to cajole the common man out of his money? Maybe. Who knows? Let's jump into Gwyneth's Twitter. Gwyneth Paltrow, Oscar winner for Shakespeare in Love. New NFT profile pic. Who dis? NFT by Flower Girls. All right, and that's the picture looks like the woman from the Oyster picture with flowers. So very good. Travis, I'm gonna keep scrolling. More NFT crap. Bored Ape, ready for the reveal. Oh, Travis does not want to promote that Bored Ape NFT. Travis, known NFT hater. Here's Gwyneth showing off her crypto bank or something. Like, I'm rich, I buy crypto, you should too. Here's Gwyneth Paltrow saying something about crypto. Buying crypto has often felt exclusionary. In order to democratize who can participate, Cash App is now making it easy to gift Bitcoin. I'm giving out $500,000 worth of Bitcoin for the holidays. Follow Cash App. 500, like, wow. Yeah, I mean, she lives in another plane of existence. So, that's the funny thing about Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, she lives in her own like bubble, like her own safe zone of just security, and sometimes it seems like she's oblivious to the rest of the world and the struggles of the common man. But listen, I'm making generalizations. I haven't sat down and picked her brain, so I could be wrong. I'm often wrong. Gwyneth is probably a much better human being than I am, but also, yeah, maybe a little oblivious. Dominic Flores says NFTs are the ayahuasca of 2022. Yeah, don't get high and make too many decisions while you're buying NFTs. Ayahuasca, go, lick the toad, go on the journey. There's a cool NFT. I can't wait to right click and save. Nicely done, Fruffney. Yeah, if you want the NFT, you can have it. Although your metaverse life may not be as cool as the person who actually has the NFT, if you care about that. Or it's kombucha, says Grass Puddle, comparing to the ayahuasca. So I will say I am a kombucha enthusiast. It's good for the digestion, and as a Jew, we notedly bad or always concerned about our digestion. So I enjoy a nice flavored kombucha, but I feel you, Grass Puddle. Rob Schaefer says the Super Bowl commercial where the celebrities were eating non-food. Paltrow was shown eating a candle, saying "yum." It was hilarious, insinuating that she was eating her own vagina-flavored candle, and that's true. Her Goop brand they sell a candle that is supposedly has the scent or a flavor that is of an intimate nature of a vagina flavored candle. So there was something fun about that, sending up her own goopy image, her company, her lifestyle brand Goop. TerraWolf is a greenifying Bitcoin on an industrial scale. All right, more Bitcoin stuff, more crypto. Grasspuddle says, I like the ginger kombucha, but I won't easily admit it. Okay, well, thank you for admitting it to us, Grasspuddle. You know what? I appreciate you a great deal. Just setting up my BitClout. There's something just like kind of douchey sounding about that. Like, yeah, I got my BitClout. Stephanie, joining us from Texas. Welcome to the party. Dan, glad to have you here. Thanks for everybody who's hanging out right here on the Your Pal Hal show. Natasha Ramsey Levi of Chloe Fashion and I got ready for the Met Gala. I mean, that sounds fabulous. I hope you had an amazing time. The Met Gala, where the elites, where the rich and famous go to play. Good for you. A little fun name dropping here of. Not that Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, if someone's gonna name drop, it should be Gwyneth Paltrow. Am I right? Because. She's out there. Like, it's different than like, oh, yeah, I was at a restaurant this weekend and I saw Bradley Cooper. No, Gwyneth Paltrow, she's out there doing it. So exceptionally proud of my friend Kate Capshaw. That's Mrs. Steven Spielberg, for those of you scoring at home, who is announced as a finalist of the National Portrait Gallery's 2019 Outwin Bouverture portrait competition. I mean, that sounds very fancy, very highfalutin. I don't understand. I don't know. Did Kate Capshaw have like her portrait painted? Did she paint a portrait? Like, I don't know what Kate Capshaw did, but good for Kate Capshaw. I'm sure being married to the most powerful, successful director in the world had nothing to do with being part of being in the running for anything. Fruffney Films, I just wish she did many put the, oh my goodness. Just making fun of, listen, there's a lot you could say about Gwyneth's special candles. Fruffney Films, very funny. Okay, proud of my friends at Collab Fund who backed and have a big stake in the Beyond Meat IPO, the initial public offering, is one of the culture-changing companies making sustainable meat-free burgers mainstream. Listen, I think that's a good thing, especially if you can help the environment and fight hunger at the same time with either Beyond or Impossible Meat. Nothing wrong with that. And you know what? I'll mess with an Impossible Burger. I'll I'll F around with a Beyond Meat burger. I had a Beyond fried chicken sandwich, by the way, last week. That was chef's kiss. It was delicioso. So yeah, I I don't eat a ton of it, but I enjoy it. What else? Well, anything else interesting from Gwyneth's well curated life? A well curated, well appointed life. Travis, no? No scrolling? Thank you, sir. Oh, there she is with the wonderful Lupita Nyong'o. And gotta admit, like, I'm not here to judge, like, people. Listen, I'm aging. I got some gray hairs. I'm getting some wrinkles here and there. It happens to the best of us. I gotta say, like, that looks fairly recent. That looks like show my aging, please. Listen, I'm au naturel, by the way. No work done. My brother, every time I have a brother who's like, I'm in my 40s. My brother is I have a brother who's like 60, and every time I see him, he's like, Hal, do you dye your hair? Are you dyeing your hair? No, I'm not. But every once in a while, I'll take a picture, like if I'm backlit in a picture, like I do have like, gray strands here and there, and like it'll like, oh, that's a lot of gray. But then, like now, whatever. But Gwyneth looks great in this picture, which looks like it came out around 2018 when Us came out, the Jordan Peele film, because she's right there with the wonderful Lupita Nyong'o. But like Gwyneth looks just like the blonde hair, the sun-kissed cheeks. I mean, that Malibu goop living, doing something right. The image of Lupita is how she feels inside cuddling Gwyneth. That's good. Fruffney Films on fire today. Very nice. All right. You know what? I think we've seen all that we need to see of the fabulous life of Gwyneth Paltrow. It's there if you need it. That is our Twitter deep dive into the wonderful, exciting world of Ms. Gwyneth Paltrow. And we are going to keep it going here on the Your Pal Hal show and jump into Recs and Reviews. And every Monday on Recs and Reviews, we take a look at the weekend box office. What happened at the theaters, at the movies? Is it anything of note? And there was actually kind of a big to-do regarding the number one film at the weekend box office. I mean, it made some bank. It exceeded some expectations, and we'll get to that. We'll start off with number 5 and count it down to number 1. All right, so I think it's in its third week at the box office, coming in at number 5, still hanging around. I really want to see this. I haven't seen it yet. Jackass Forever. Jackass Forever cashing in with a cool $5.2 million at the box office. Johnny Knoxville and his team of 40-something, 50-something Jackass crew getting out there and still getting hurt and going to the hospital. As we talked about, like, yeah, filming this movie, like in his run-in with a bull rodeo riding, Johnny Knoxville ended up getting brain damage and broken ribs. So there you go. Coming in number four this week, the Kenneth Branagh Hercule Poirot Agatha Christie offering, Death on the Nile. Death on the Nile in its second week dropping to number 4, and it is coming in at a total of $6.3 million for the weekend. $6.3 million. And then number 3 still hanging around, and swinging into theaters. I mean, it is just a runaway train, this movie. Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home coming in at $7.7 million. I'm just going to take a quick peek here. So Spider-Man No Way Home, the number 3 at the box office this weekend. Here you go. Domestic gross $771,741,000. So it might be tough for it to get to that billion mark, but internationally, already there at the billion mark. $1,060,000,000. So it must have just crossed the billion mark internationally, and worldwide, it looks like it could very well get to the vaunted $2 billion range in earnings. It is worldwide. It is at $1,831,741,000, and I'll tell you what, probably about 10 of those dollars came from this guy. So yes, Spider-Man No Way Home, still hanging around, just accumulating box office dollars. And coming in at number 2, Channing Tatum. This is a well-reviewed movie, and it looks like a kind of a feel-good family movie. I mean, of course, it's it's about fallen soldiers. It's about dogs. It's going to tug at your heartstrings. Dog came in with a cool $15.1 million. $15.1 million coming in at number 2 on the box office. And then, finally, this is a biggie. Because, this film did not get great reviews. It's adapted from a video game. It's a video game movie, and video game movies much maligned. And it made hella bank. Uncharted, $44.2 million, and now, but I'm reading $51 million over President's Day weekend. So I'm just going to read this blurb from Box Office Mojo. Box Office Mojo, great site if you're interested in anything as far as a film's earnings and or box office, etc. It's official. The winter belongs to Tom Holland. The rest of us are just living in it. Okay? A mere 10 weeks after the blockbuster launch of Spider-Man No Way Home, the 25-year-old British actor, or should we say star, yeah, why not, returned to the top of the box office chart with his second out-of-the-gate smash of the season, the Indiana Jones-esque video game adaptation Uncharted, which debuted over President's Day weekend to a projected $51 million after Monday is factored in. Yeah, I guess because it's a 3-day weekend for many of you. If you're off, by the way, I love it. If you are at work, okay, you know what, me too. So projected $51 million after Monday is factored in. Meanwhile, just a notch below in second place, Channing Tatum's feel-good Man and His Best Friend road movie Dog sunk its canines into an $18 million opening holiday frame, with the less cuddly four-legged flick The Cursed barely managed to nose its way into the top 10 with a $1.9 million bow. So there you go. Tom Holland. Just, I think the thing is, it's a familiar IP. It's for a lot of young people. So this video game, it brought people out. Also, people love Tom Holland. I mean, people love Zendaya, so they're a couple, so there's that love. You're kind of riding some of that euphoria. You're riding the success of Spider-Man No Way Home. So perfect combination of things. Tom Holland in Uncharted. Yeah, it really, just a nice, substantial opening weekend, despite less than stellar reviews. Fruffney Films watching Oscar nominees. He thinks their favorite so far is Coda. You know what? That's one that I haven't seen yet. I need to watch Coda. And yeah, Doctor Evil amounts of money, $1 billion at the box office. Very, very nice. And Derek joined the stream. Derek, glad to have you here. Caleb in the house. Stephanie, Timothy, thank you for being a part of the fun. Appreciate you. Coming up, we have got some good times indeed. Oh, as a matter of fact, you know what? Every once in a while, we like to visit the Reddit website and, ask Reddit and see what Reddit has to say. And today we're kind of doing a public service. Like, this is like, if you want to literally say thank you for the public service we're about to do, feel free. Like literally just speak to us. Say it into your smart device and tell us thank you, or type in thank you, or just shout into the universe thank you, because we're about to tell you some of the most regrettable tattoos. Thank you, Fruffney Films. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. We're asking Reddit what tattoos screams I have no creativity. So if you're getting ready to head to the tattoo parlor, if you're getting ready to get inked up and you're thinking about one of these tattoos, maybe slow your roll and maybe don't be such a basic. Maybe don't be such a basic in regards to your tattoos. That's where we're coming from here. Travis, I know you said Reddit can be a little bit of a minefield, just as far as
can't be tamed. The wild frontier.
Tamed. Yes. So I'm going to bring this up, and I will read some of these responses on this Ask Reddit, where they're talking about what are some regrettable tattoos. Okie dokie. Here we go. So what tattoos scream I have no creativity? Travis, do you have any tattoos, by the way?
I don't.
Mm-hmm. Very good, sir. I have one. Just a a little, just a small tattoo on my shoulder, and no big deal. And no regrets, and it is what it is. Yeah, all good. I forget that I have it. I have 2 flying birds on my ankle, LOL. I feel like I belong to this category. So those are like those little like punk rock bluebirds, maybe. The flip side of this thread is that if you like them, so that comes from Ineshka2K on Reddit, and then Dreadit / runs from it say, the flip side of this is if you like them, there's no reason you shouldn't have gotten them. I'll die on that hill. If someone is a sheep for getting a tattoo just because the design is popular, then they would also be a sheep for avoiding a design they like just because too many people have it. Either way, don't let people dictate what you do. Not bad advice. Do you? And even if it is a basic thing, like, enjoy life. Screw the haters. Oh, but here's one I absolutely agree with. Regrettable tattoo. Monster Energy drink logo? Come on. Grasspuddle says the horrible, awful, offensive ones are the best Reddit posts. True, but unfortunately, they prefer if we don't go too deep into the horrible, awful stuff. Fruffney saying, I got a tattoo of an arm with a tattoo gun holding an arm with a tattoo gun onto my arm. Whoa, I just got like levels of Inception. I went down that rabbit hole. Thank you, Fruffney. Great sentiment. I no longer regret my New Kids on the Block tattoo. Celebrate it. Celebrate you. Listen, you you uh, you've got the right stuff. Okay. Um, I saw a guy with "I'm different" on his upper arm. Says Free Range Phoenix. Maybe he's thinking with portals. Uh, Very nice. Live, laugh, love. Usually on a foot, ankle, or side of the torso. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, also, like that's big mom energy. Big mom energy with live, laugh, love. If you're, yeah, and if you got that inked on, yeah, you are live, laugh, loving for life. Oh yeah, not gonna stop my live, laugh, love of Palooza. Very nice. And then uh, one redditor said, "My former boss has a tramp stamp that said that." That's great. That's great. Hey Travis, are you around?
Yes.
Could would you mind bringing up that feed and reading a couple of these while I step away for a quick moment?
Oh yeah, you got it.
Thank you, Travis. All right, I will be right back. Does my mom have any tattoos, by the way? That's a big no. That's a big no. Deborah Rudnick, no tattoos. Travis, I'll see you in a moment.
Sounds good. I don't believe my mom has any tattoos either. Grass Pedal saying, I believe there was a Reddit post of someone who had a tattoo that was Bengals Super Bowl champs 2022. Ooh, yikes. Hope they, no refunds there. From the Reddit thread. Quote, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. It's gonna happen. It's about to happen. And I'm gonna mute myself before I sneeze. Unless it's not gonna happen. Okay. I did mute myself. An ex-boss had his own name in Old English script down the inside of his forearm. I'd been working with him for months before I saw it. The conversation went as such. Quote, what's that? A tattoo. Well, yeah, but what does it say? Darren. Why have you got your own name tattooed on you? I wanted the tattoo for years, so my wife bought me one for my 40th. And that's what you came up with after 40 years? Needless to say, I was fired soon afterwards. That's good. That's good. Let's see. And how read that one already? I'm sorry. Remember the mustache tattoos that everyone was getting? Okay, quote. I remember this from like 2013-ish. Remember the mustache tattoos that everyone was getting on the side of their fingers? What happened to those people? They're all, yeah, they got them all removed. Let's see. Also, shout out to anyone who got a live, laugh, love tattoo. 2013 was a hard year for us millennials. A lot of mistakes were made. Scrolling the thing, all I have are comments on threads. Unfortunately, not a lot of parent threads here. Let's see. Star on the foot, names on your neck, Chinese lettering that probably says, quote, chicken noodle soup or something of the like, even though you asked for live, laugh, love or something like that. Oof, I know a guy who had his last name tattooed across his back over his shoulders, large font, 8 letters. Eee, so they can identify the body. Let's see. Someone quoted The Offspring there. A lot of live, laugh, love. A lot of live, laugh, love. Not apologists, but regretters. The infinity symbol. I dated the girl who had that. Or a feather breaking off into birds flying away.
What about the yin yang?
That's a good one. Or I think we're past this point now, but there's a lot of, a lot of gentlemen in their, and ladies, in their probably mid 50s-ish now that have the tribal the barbed wire.
Oh, barbed wire, or like, yeah,
Armbands.
just a weird, like, tribal piece that looks like, yeah, like some sort of like, points and swirl design
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Oh, here's one. Only God can judge me. Oh, I went into, and if anybody, I would love to. The last name Backtats was also a trend. That's funny. That like the way you read that, Travis. It was like I was picturing it as like a uniform, like a
Yeah.
sports uniform across.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask anybody. This is like for everybody in the comment section, anybody who's in the chat. Uh, Oh, by the way, Jack Burton says, Travis, your mom doesn't have any tattoos, at least none that I saw the other night. Jack Burton, like shots fired, uncalled for. Travis, do you have any thoughts that you want to say to Jack Burton?
Yeah, joke's on you. You had to go to Pahrump, Nevada.
There you go. Bam. Travis, comeback king. All right. So, question for Travis and for
Yeah.
anybody in the chat. What's a tattoo that you saw in real life where you're like, ooh, regrettable, that like you literally saw with your own two eyes? I can start.
Please.
I there's a restaurant that I used to frequent in Los Feliz. It was some tasty Mediterranean food, and very very enjoyable. And a guy who worked there, like he's in customer service, he was taking my order, and he literally, I'm going to abbreviate it because I don't want to curse on the Your Pal Hal show. But he had the full word written out, not the abbreviation, on his
no.
on his forearm.
Oh, no.
F, the actual word, F, love. F, love, on his forearm. And I'm
Okay.
like, damn. First off, who hurt you? Secondly, like, if I'm in customer service, like if I'm ordering my food, I don't know if I want to see that. But maybe I'm being a little too much of a, yeah, get off my lawn. Like, get off my lawn. People can have profanity, I guess. But like, also, wouldn't that hamstring you when it comes to relationships or finding someone? F love.
Yeah.
Or do you have the story ready in your back pocket? Like, you know what? I thought love was dead until I met you, Carol, or whoever. So yeah, but I thought it was a horrible tattoo. Rob Schaefer said, "How dare anyone disrespect Deb Butterfield? Jack Burton should apologize." Agreed. Jack Burton, the ball's in your court. If you want to, apologize for that mom joke. According, that's you're getting called out by our official Your Pal Hal attorney, Rob Schaefer. Travis.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts? Any tattoos that you've seen IRL?
Nothing that I've seen that really stuck out to me.
All right. Thanks for helping the Discord,
Don't
Travis.
hang out with stupid people.
You hang out with me.
Oh, come on.
I'm full of questionable decisions. Maybe the more you get to know me.
But none you have to wear for the rest of your life.
That's true. Isn't that the title of a Julia Roberts film? Was that which one? Live, Laugh,
F
Love?
Love? I think so.
F Love,
yeah.
maybe. I don't know. I don't recall. Clover joined the stream, coming to us from Texas. Thank you for being here, Clover. I appreciate it. Derek in Tennessee, Caleb in California, Luke in Babur. Very nice. All right, and so so those are some basic tattoos, some regrettable tattoos, and the that's if anyone is out there getting ink, I wish you Godspeed and enjoy. Hal, you should get a tattoo that says "I want a tattoo." Oh, Fruffy Film, that's fun. And I saw one other one in the stream that was interesting. Someone had a microphone tattooed like on their finger or something, and when someone would talk, they would hold the mic up to their face.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
That is...
that would get annoying quick, but it would also be fun, like as a one-off in a bar. Hey, what's your name? Yeah, there you go. But too much of that could be regrettable quick. That is the Reddit Ask Reddit thread. What tattoos scream I have no creativity? It is 12:40. We're going up till 1 o'clock right here on the West Coast home office of the Your Pal Hal show. And now we picked out a couple of stories just for you on The News Cruise. We're going to the Newser website. The Newser website. By the way, anyone who just joined us, please, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on anything. Do you have a tattoo? Have you seen any regrettable tattoos? Do you have any thoughts on these articles? You can chat with us via YouTube if you're here with us, or talk to your smart device. Get your smart device's attention. Use the magic word say and drop in anything after that. So, smart device, say, I have a bald eagle across my back, and the bald eagle is carrying a baby in its talons, or whatever you like. From Ghostbusters. What is from Ghostbusters? The I Want a Tattoo? But Fruffney, I am a Ghostbusters enthusiast. I ain't afraid of no ghost. All right. Let's jump into the news cruise. First, this is a nice story. Here's a nice story. These people, they thought their puppy was gone. Oh, bald eagle on my back with a toupee. That's very good, Fruffney Films. Her dog was declared dead 7 years ago. Then a call. Zoe was found wandering around a rural property in California after being reported missing in 2010. Wow. All right, let's scroll up and take a look at this article. The dog came back. This is a good boy or a good girl. I'm a dog owner. That would oh gosh. Every once in a while, we're like, "Oh, the gate is open. Where's the dog?" And my wife and or myself will both have a temporary freak out. And then usually the dog's like, "Oh, literally right next to us." So thankfully, knock on wood, that's scary. All right, let's take a look at this article, please. It started earlier this month with a call about a stray dog and ended with a special weekend. 12 years in the making. Per KCRA, NBC News. By the way, this is coming to us from the Newser website. Newser, a lot of good news, bite-sized news on this site. On February 10th, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office received a call that a dog had been dropped off at a remote property near Stockton, California. With the caller noting the dog seemed old and unwell, per the Sheriff's Office. Brandon Levin, a local animal services officer, headed out to the property to retrieve the dog, and when he scanned the animal for a tracking chip, he got quite the surprise. Turns out the dog named Zoe had been reported missing from Lafayette, about an hour away, in 2010, so long that the microchip company had declared her dead 7 years ago. Wow. The sheriff's office notes, luckily, Zoe's owner, identified only as Michelle, hadn't ever changed her phone number, and so authorities were able to track her down. Michelle explained she'd adopted Zoe and her sister from the pound 12 years ago, and that just 6 months after she'd brought the dogs home, Zoe had disappeared one day while Michelle was at the store. No! The sheriff's posted video of Michelle and Zoe's reunion on Friday, showing Michelle gently petting her long-lost pup, who lay quietly on some blankets in the back of a vehicle. The sheriff's office notes that because they were able to get in touch with Michelle so quickly, Zoe didn't have to spend even one night at a shelter, per Today. I guess the Today Show got a hold of this story. I'm still in shock, Michelle says in the video, noting she has a 13-year-old dog at home who will now be Zoe's playmate. I definitely didn't expect this to ever happen. She adds she's looking forward to bringing Zoe home and nurse her back to health. You know, that's sweet. That's sweet. It is a little bit like, she only had the dog for 6 months, so she wasn't able to quite bond with the dog. I guess you do. You love a dog instantly, but it's not like, oh, I had this dog for so long and it escaped. But that there's something about that's just amazing, where you thought all hope was lost and you hadn't thought about the dog in so long, and then you get that call. Travis?
So this is right in my old backyard. I used to live and work in and around Lafayette, California.
Oh, wow.
And just to illustrate how far away Stockton is from Lafayette, Here it is on Google Maps satellite imaging. So this dog went in 10 years 67 miles.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's Lafayette all the way out
That's
here
crazy.
in the
Is it all?
valleys,
Is
Stockton,
it
California.
very rural? Could like a dog like traverse over just like all sorts of like rural ground to avoid being
I mean, to an extent, there's a lot of cities, and it's hard to say what
like
route
how
it
does he
took
get there?
because you have a literal mountain in the middle. You have Mount Diablo here,
Yeah.
so it had to have gone around either up through my real neck of the woods, around sort of around the bay on this side, and then through. This is all open space in like Delta, and getting on the like a dog getting the 580 to the 205 to the 5 seems unlikely. Lord knows how it got there, but to make it from Lafayette to Stockton as just a dog on the road is
Yeah.
nuts.
Fruffney says maybe the dog's a Proclaimers fan because he walked 500 miles. The maybe the dog hitchhiked. Who knows? Who knows?
If you were to walk, let's see. I'm curious. I don't even know if it's going to give me walking. Okay, we'll give you walking directions. It would take you 22 hours and 58 minutes in the shortest route.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bo's joining the chat. Welcome to the party. Luke asking the question, how do I get out of the bathtub? Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that you should not ask William Howard Taft. Do not ask William Howard Taft on President's Day. Rob Schaefer says, that doesn't seem that far to me. It is a dog, and dogs wander. Plus, she probably doesn't follow the roads or the rules.
That's where just amazing to get there without getting, hit by a car.
Yeah, totes.
Big heavy traffic area.
I'm glad the dog's okay. Let's jump to our third story in the news cruise. Okay, we're gonna skip number 2 and go right to 3. A lot of pomp and circumstance for the Olympics. USA, I think we came in 4th in medals, not the best showing we've ever had. And, there was some controversy during the Olympics. There was some triumph. There was the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. And then there was this story. Travis, Olympic skiers' genitals freeze. What in the what now? Finnish cross-country skier needed heat pack for his penis after the race. Oh boy, you know what? You figure. Let me just say this before we even read the dumb thing. You figure if you're a cross-country skier, in the Olympics, you've done this enough that you should be prepped. You should be properly bundled up, head to toe to junk. Okay? So, how does that happen? That's all I'm saying. Let's go to the thing. Let's go to the article. Let's check it out. A cross-country skier froze in a very sensitive spot following the men's 50-kilometer mass start skiing race at the Beijing Olympics on Saturday. Ouch! After finishing 28th, Remi Lindholm of Finland applied a heat pack to his genital area, The Guardian reports. You can guess which body part was a little bit frozen when I finished, he told reporters. When the body parts started to warm up after the finish, the pain was unbearable. Yikes. Yikes! Rob Schaefer says, this poor guy doesn't need us to go over this story. You know what? You're probably right, Rob Schaefer. Continuing. Organizers had been concerned about competitors because of Saturday's freezing winds. Eek! They ultimately shortened the race by 20 kilometers, making it just a 30-kilometer long. Oh, that's kind of playing fast and loose. But Lindholm still told reporters it was one of the worst competitions I've been in. He was on the course for an hour and 16 minutes, the New York Post reports. Skiers were only thin suits and underlayers, according to underlayers, along with plasters covering their faces and ears. Alexander Bolshanov took gold, followed by his teammate Ivan Yakimushkin. Norway's Simon Hegstead Kruger took bronze in his only Olympic event due to the lengthy isolation period following a positive COVID test. Ooh, that's some bad news. Just to get in the race today is a small victory in itself, and the rest is really a bonus. I think I got absolutely everything out of my body today, and I didn't have a chance to do any better, he said. Bolshanov is now the only man to have won 5 cross-country medals in addition to 3 golds. He took home a silver and a bronze, having medaled in every Olympic event. There you go. So, you know what? I think there's a lesson to be learned. If you're, put a little cozy, make sure you got a little cozy on, on your junk there, so your penis doesn't freeze. Oh, boy. Listen, I hope everyone is staying warm and cozy out there. And that takes us, we're getting down to the very end of the Your Pal Hal show. And we have one segment left. Rejected segments. And every day there's something that either myself or Travis or together we agree, yeah, this is not worthy of spending like a chunk of time, 5, 10, 15 minutes on. And today's rejected segment is Hal flexes with his Dairy Queen gift card. Hal flexes with his Dairy Queen gift card. So, it would be just like several minutes of me just like bragging and flexing about having, bam, how do you like me now? Oh, how am I going to pay for that? Blizzard? DQ? Let's DQ cash from the equation and just put it on this bad boy. Oh, if I was a single man, I could be like, hey girl, can I treat you like a queen at Dairy Queen? Bam! How do you like me now? Oh, anyone in the mood for some hot eats and cool treats? I'm talking Dairy Queen, mother F. What? Yeah, Travis, what is it?
Where even is a Dairy Queen anymore?
If you don't know, then maybe it's not meant for you, okay? It's just going to be me and Gwyneth at Dairy Queen, okay?
With your Blizzard NFTs.
DQ Mafia, Grass Puddle, what up? DQ Mafia, bam. So I literally just started doing the segment too.
Yeah.
I really was bragging and flexing over.
I'll let you go because I thought you were going to tell me where a Dairy Queen was because I haven't seen one.
I think there's one in
years.
Burbank. I think there's one in the mall in Burbank.
Oh, well.
Among other places.
That might as well be.
Folks, that takes us to the end of another Your Pal Hal show. I want to thank everybody for being a part of the show. Rob Schaefer coming in with a little Dairy Queen knowledge there. Owned by Omaha's own Warren Buffett. There you go. Berkshire Hathaway, get your Dairy Queen stock. I appreciate everyone who hung out, who commented, who spent a little time with us today. Just a blast having you along for the ride. We're going to be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. on the West Coast, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 1 p.m. in Omaha, Nebraska. Thank you to everybody at Backchannel. Thank you, producer Travis. And thanks again to everybody who listened and hung out with us. Stay tuned for another great show right here on Backchannel, The Drive with Mario Smith.